Thank you, Chandrakanth. And now I would like to hand over to Chandrakanth. So our procedure is the same. We have each speaker speaking for 9 minutes, and in the end, all of them comes. This time we'll have a lot of time for Q&A. So please keep your questions and ask them. Apart from Q&A, if you have a possibility to ask for collaboration or some comments, how you can connect any of the speakers to increase their business or to increase their impact, please do so. So with that, over to Chandrakanth. Let's give a big round of applause. I can share half of the credit.
Good afternoon. That's much better. Hope you all had good lunch. All right, so if I were to ask you all, what took up our mind space in the last 2 years, if you discount the last 1 month with the war, what would that be? Another answer? Thank you. So that's the topic we are going to talk about now, health, right? We were all concerned about our health, which is really what took up a lot of our mind space in the last 2 years. So for this afternoon session, we have, as Joe said, we have a power-packed panel, so I don't want to take up too much time away from them. But just want to set the context for this meeting and or this session. So if you were to really look at ICT in healthcare, health tech as you would call it, it's not just in the actual care aspect, but there are three major broad categories that technology is impacting healthcare. One is, of course, the wellness and disease prevention. If 3 years ago you had asked me to wear this watch, which will monitor my heart rate and BP and look at my oxygen saturation, I probably would have refused to do it. But today, it's I can't live without this. I'm always wearing it, and I think it's become a norm. Similarly, in screening and diagnosis, technology is playing a huge role in healthcare in that, and of course, the care delivery. I was looking at a McKinsey study on why this is healthcare technology is playing such a huge role in healthcare. One of the things is, of course, we don't see this much in India yet. We are still a young country from a demographics perspective, but the aging population of the world, more people entering 60s and above is causing the healthcare industry, there's a little bit of a strain on the healthcare industry. We're also seeing supply constraints. Not enough doctors, not enough nurses. We are seeing rising consumer expectations. There's more demand on the healthcare system. There's more demand on expectations on the healthcare system. Financial burden. Governments are not able to cope with the budgets. They're just not able to cope with the demand that is coming. Just look what COVID did to us in the last 2 years. There's so much of demand and pressure on the infrastructure, the healthcare infrastructure. And of course, the technological innovation. So these have sort of pushed the technology in the healthcare industry to a stage where it's becoming more and more important for technology to play a very key role in the healthcare industry. So with this, and I'll just share a few high-level data points. AI healthcare market, the artificial intelligence, we are going to have one speaker talk about it, is expected to exceed $34 billion by 2025. Digital health can reduce 45 trillion in the treatment of non-communicable diseases. 80% of healthcare providers plan to increase investment in technology and digital solutions, and AI will create 7 lakh jobs for healthcare sector by 2030.